My name's Alyssa. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's story time. Tea time with, where's the giraffe?
Oh, tea time with Tom.
It's Toby, stupid.
His name's Tom.
I named him Toby. We have to restart this.
No.
It's tea time. It's tea time with Toby. So we're going to be doing a story time about how I got grounded for life. And it's not even clickbait. This is actually serious. I've been grounded for like the last 8 months. So we're going to talk about why. So I went to a church camp last June. And, because obviously I needed Jesus. And I got a babysitting job when I came back in July. And they were for these 3 little kids that went to my school, because I went to a Christian school, so there was like a mix of grades. And so I started babysitting for them because their mom had to work, and I babysat until October, so for like 3 months I think. So while I was babysitting, I would have fun with extracurricular activities.
AKA, guys.
And alcohol and marijuana. Disclaimer, I don't do any of that anymore. I'm a good kid now, because I don't want to get in trouble again. So I just steer clear of all of that. So I had been babysitting, and the lady didn't care what I did. She told me as long as I was safe, she didn't care what I did.
Tornado alarms we love.
She let me drink, she let me smoke weed, like she did not care what I did.
Alyssa.
He wants to call.
I don't care.
I do. So she didn't care what I did as long as I was safe, and so I took advantage of that. I had all my friends come over, I'd leave and I'd go to their houses. It was just a big mess, and I thought I was having the time of my life. I was not. I really probably should have contracted like an STD and like died, but I didn't, thank God. But so this one particular night I was hanging out with my ex-boyfriend, and I wasn't supposed to be hanging out with him.
Never.
And I went to a wedding that day, and he was there, and he went home with me, and we didn't do anything, I promise. But we went to this thing called Scaravania. It's like a haunted house or whatever. And then we went out to eat, and we just dropped him off. It was about 1:40 in the morning, and I just laid down to go to sleep, and I just fell asleep, and I heard a banging on the door, because I was staying where I was supposed to be babysitting, and this was in October. And I was like, who the heck is knocking on the door at 2:30 in the morning? I was like, what? And I thought it was one of my friends, and I was like, no, if it was one of my friends, they would just walk in, like they know they're welcome here. So I wasn't going to leave it alone. I wasn't going to get up or anything. And then they just kept banging on the door. And so I was like, well, maybe they're like drunk or something. Somebody's bringing them here. So I got up, I stumbled over there, and I opened the door. It was not one of my friends. It was my stepmom. I was like, what do you want? She goes, and she picked up her phone, and I had posted pictures with the guy on my Snapchat, which I was not supposed to have. But I did, and one of my friends had snitched on me and sent the pictures to my stepmom, and so my stepmom came and got me, and she showed me the picture. She's like, who is this? And I was like, she's like, well, she goes, what is this? And I said, that's a picture. She goes, who's in the picture? And I said, me. She goes, who else is in the picture? And I said, a boy. She goes, which boy, Alyssa? And I told her, and she's like, exactly. She started yelling at me. She told me to go get all my stuff. So me, panicking, I was like, being mellow. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I was like, she's not really going to make me go home. Like, this is a dream. It's not actually happening. It was actually happening. And so hobble on back to the back room to get my stuff. And while I'm back there, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to delete all my social media, everything bad off my phone. I've been talking to all these guys, and I was just trying to delete everything. I was like, no, 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 no. And I had 2 phones. So I had an LG and then I had an iPhone, and my iPhone didn't have like service, but I could use it with Wi-Fi. So I like hid it, and she didn't know I had it. And so then she took my other phone, and she threw my shoe at me when we got in the parking lot, and she started yelling at me, and I just kept lying. I kept lying. I just kept lying straight through my teeth because I thought if I just lie, it'll just build up and like, I won't get caught. Like, this is not actually happening. And so we get home, and we have this big conversation. I don't go to bed till like 6 a.m. because they're screaming at me, her and my dad, and they're like, oh my God, how could you do this? And like, they really were disappointed in me because I betrayed their trust, and I had done so many bad things. Like, I didn't think they were bad things at the time. I thought I was having the time of my life. And now I look back at it, and I don't like being grounded, and I don't like not being able to hang out with friends like I could. And I wish I wouldn't have done all that stuff because I feel like I would be so much further ahead in life if I wouldn't have done all that stuff. But anyways, so I go to bed, like 6 a.m. She comes in my room at 8 a.m. and wakes me up. And I get up, and I'm like, oh, it was a dream. That didn't happen. Oh, I actually woke up at home. That's neat. Maybe I came back here last night. It was not a dream. It actually happened. I was in deep doo-doo. And, so I was in trouble. And they took my phone to the police. Both my phones, because they found my other one because my brother snitched on me. Anyways, side note, I still love him.
We still stand.
But they took my phone to the police. DCS got involved, and if you don't know what that is, it's Department of Child Services, because the lady who I was babysitting for obviously had kids, and she was letting me do that stuff, so who knows what she'd let her own kids do when they got older. So they got involved, and she almost lost her job. It was a big mess. One of my best friends almost got statutory rape charges, but thank God they didn't, because I probably wouldn't be friends with him now, but I am. We're all good. All that stuff's dropped. My parents are starting to trust me again. Like, I'm allowed to come here. Obviously, this is not my house. It's my friend Ivy's house. I'll link her channel in the link below, but
Hashtag me.
she's behind the camera. So it's been, I got grounded. I've been grounded for a long time.
You're still grounded.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
Except
me. My house. Nice.
I'm not allowed to have a phone at my dad's house, but I have one at my mom's house, and it's been a long 8 months, and I'm really hoping that, like, my parents can get over that soon. Like, now we joke about it, but, like, they're still pretty salty, so, yeah. That's the end of the story time.
Okay, what is the lesson learned and advice for anybody that's doing stuff behind their parents' back?
Well, the lesson learned is, 1, don't do stuff behind your parents' back. Like, don't do stuff behind their back. Don't sneak around. Don't betray their trust like that, because you never know when it's gonna all collapse. Like, I thought I was living my best life, having the time of my life, doing everything my parents told me I couldn't do, and I thought, they're never gonna find out about it because I'm a little sneaky bitch, and I was not a little sneaky bitch.
Now I have to edit it and bleep those out.
Sorry. But my parents found out, and so the lesson is, like, if you're gonna do something, just be straightforward with them. Be like, listen,
this is what I did.
I want to do this. Or if you already did it, be like, look, I did this, and I'm probably going to do it again, but I just want you to know that I'm going to do it. Because if you're honest with your parents, they're probably going to be like, well, we seen this coming. And, like, give you protection. They're going to give you advice, like, tell you what to do. Like,
how to do it safely.
My parents and I talked about stuff like that, but they didn't know that I did it. Like, I was sexually active. I could have gotten numerous STDs. I could have, like, I'm glad I didn't mess around with the wrong person, that's what I'm going to say. If I would have told my parents about it, they probably could have been like, well, let's make sure you have this. Like, because your parents know you're going to do that.
They just don't want you to do it behind their back. They want you to come to them about it.
Well, even mine so much was my age. I was 14 years old, and I was messing around with 17, 18, 19, 21-year-olds, and one of them was a guy I met on the internet, because I'm retarded, and, like, so, like, just be honest with your parents. Like, nobody is ever going to have your back like your parents do. Like, I never understood that, but, like, when my dad was mad at me and wouldn't talk to me, I was so sad. because, like, that's my dad.
You
And
never really realize how close you are until you fuck up.
yeah.
Fuck. God damn it.
And now, like, we're not even close. Like, we'll watch movies and stuff together, but he doesn't, like, talk to me. He doesn't spend one-on-one time with me because he's still upset, and that's understandable.
It's not
If I
like
ever,
how it was.
exactly. If I ever have a kid and my kid does that, I'm going to hope that my kid's going to tell me. I don't want to find out from somebody else, and I don't want to, how do I want to say it? I don't want to feel the way that my dad felt, because my dad was really broken. Like, he broke down and cried because he felt so hurt and betrayed, and it feels so bad. But I mean, we're getting to be on a neutral level. So, moral of the story, don't do bad things. 1, don't do illegal things. 2, don't do things behind your parents' back. 3, be honest and don't lie when you get caught. If you lie when you get caught, like, your parents already know everything. You're just digging a deeper hole. You're just
burying yourself.
I wish I wouldn't have lied, because I probably wouldn't be grounded anymore.
Do you have any advice for somebody that wants to get out of a situation?
Tell your parents. I was in a really...
It all comes back to tell your parents.
Yeah, like, your parents are...
Your parents are the only ones that are going to be there.
Even if you, can't talk to your parents, like, if you have an older sibling or, like, a cousin or somebody, tell them. And then... Or, like, tell a guidance counselor.
That sounds so cringy, but seriously.
Like I'm so serious. Like,
unless you're hurting yourself, they cannot tell your parents.
Or call a hotline. Like, there's plenty of those out there. Thank you.
Like, comment.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe again, because she had to remind me. And be honest.